Yo, what's good, man? This is your boy at DFSMasterMind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on today's video. Today's date is April the 27th. Man, last night, dude, I had a bad night. All of my entries, basketball and baseball, I was just outside the green line. I did not get to the green line in anything. I hate when I have nights like that. But we're going to bounce back, man. In basketball, I missed out on D-Wade, and I went Isaiah Thomas, and I should have been on John Wall or Schroeder. Schroeder, he had a really nice game. Baseball, my bats were on point. I did a mini Atlanta stack when I found out the news that Noah wasn't pitching. So I stacked a couple of these Braves bats. Tyler Flowers actually had a really good night for me. And Will Myers, he was my big bat, and he let me down. He gave me the big goose egg. I hate that. I was right outside the cash line. Johnny Cueto, he was cruising. I think the 6th inning, he gave up 3 runs, which sucks, man. He was having a pretty decent game. I think he's starting to get back into form, though, man. I'm going to be looking for him. He pitched really well, man, to start off with. The people that I was worried about, Seager, he came through with a couple hits. Turner came through with a couple hits. And Yasmani, he had a triple. It was a pretty big hit. But anyways, man, we done with yesterday. We focusing on today. I'm not going to be able to put this video out in time for the early slate. So I want to talk about the main slate. On the main slate, we have 4 games. Well, I'll tell you my early strategy. I'm stacking this Coors game, man. It's supposed to be a little rain. Hopefully people get scared off of it, lower ownership percentages. But I think it's still going to play. So I'm going at these Coors bats, and my pitching, I don't really trust Verlander right now, even though he's a monster, man. He's not into form right now, man. He's really struggling. You know he got that killer fastball, though. He throws high 90s. But he hasn't been that good, man. I may run one out to just test the waters. I don't think too many people will be on him. But my pitcher for the early is going to be Matt Moore. Same situation as Cueto. Good ballpark. Matt Moore is pretty decent at home, man. I like the situation. Like I said, man, the Dodgers lineup is I should give them a little more respect. But I'm not scared of them, man. They don't do it. They don't put that fear into me, man. They only implied to get 4 runs today. If he gets through 2 through 4, like Corey Seager, Josh Turner, Puig, if he can get through those guys, man, he's good money. I know this prospect, Bellinger, he's supposed to be pretty good. Hopefully he don't get, hopefully he don't shake something. But anyways, yeah, I like Matt Moore for the early games, man. I like him, and he's cheap. He's at home, good ballpark. I'm getting him with a lot of these Coors bats. I'm stacking it up, mainly on the Washington side. Yeah, so that's it for the morning. But I wanted to talk about the late games, man, the main slate. It's only 4 games. It's pretty good. I like when we get 4 games, man, because you get time to look at everybody. You get time to look at every single option. I love that, man. You can prepare yourself. I know a lot of people are going to be on Chris Sale for good reason. He's playing ridiculous right now, man. He's 13 strikeouts. 12 strikeouts and 11 strikeouts in his past 3, I believe, or maybe it was like 10. But yeah, he's playing like a monster, man. He's going up against the Yankees. Yankees have been pretty hot, but I think Chris Sale will definitely get the best of him. What I'm hoping for a little regression. I'm hoping to see him, have a bad start, man. He can't keep playing like this forever. So I'm going to avoid him today, especially on a small slate. When I think his ownership percentage will be through the roof, I think it's a viable option, man. Hopefully it works out for me. The pitcher I like for tonight's games, it's going to sound ugly, man, but I like my boy Taijuan Walker. And the reason is just because the Padres lineup, we all know they strike out a lot. The top of their lineup is decent. But it's nothing too scary. I know Will Myers is probably gonna have a bounce back game, which sucks. I may even roster him in one of them because just because I think he's gonna have a pretty decent day. So I may do Walker plus Mears, but I don't see too many other people. Maybe Solarte will get to him a little bit, but he has a lot of K upside, man, especially going up against this Padres roster. Now, I know the weather is very hot. The Diamondbacks is a hitter's ballpark, but I just don't want to pay up for Chris Sale, and that's just me being honest. And I think Walker is probably the next reliable option for me. So I like him tonight. I think he's a decent spot. I convinced myself to go with him. I don't want any of Ricky Nolasco, any Graverman. Adam Wainwright, I took a look at him. He's a heavy favorite. But I think these Toronto bats could get something cracking against him. He's not the greatest. And Walker, man, he's known for giving up these home runs. I think if he can avoid a few home runs, the K upside is going to get there. So that's why I'm really in love with him tonight. I think for sure we can see about 8 strikeouts from him tonight. So, yeah, I'm rolling with him for sure as my top pitcher on tonight's slate. My number one bat, I got to go with Goldsmith, man. And my number one stack is going to be the Arizona team once again, man. Highest total, their implied run total is 6 runs, and they're going up against Jared Weaver. I talk about this man all the time. Anytime you see him on the mound, load up, man, because he's an old man. He really is, and he throws the ball about 80 miles per hour, if that. That's like him maxing out, giving it all he got. It's like 80 miles per hour, man. Like, I could hit that. Like, I'm dead ass. I could step up and hit an 80 mile per hour fastball. So I know these professionals and the good hitters on the Diamondbacks will be able to do the same. So yeah, Arizona for sure, my number one stack. But the thing about that, I think they're going to be highly owned because we only got 4 games. Now, people will be at a disadvantage because they're going to pay up for Chris Sale. So they may not be able to afford the Goldsmiths and the Lambs, the higher bats. But you'll definitely see some higher ownership percentage on these Diamondbacks. But that's not going to scare me off, man, because this is hands down the best situation. I like them and I like the Cardinals bats. I'm going to pick and choose my top bats from each team, man. And I'm paying down for pitcher, so I'm going to be able to get the top bats, man. I know I'm going after Mookie Betts. Well, look, let me just go ahead and finish. My number one stack, though, is definitely the Diamondbacks. Number one bat is going to be Paul Goldschmidt. Number 2 bat, like I said, is going to be Mookie Betts, man, going up against Tanaka. Betts is he's solid, man. You can put him in your lineup almost every night, and he's going to get you points. The man rarely strikes out. He's a good base runner, can get stolen bases, good hitter. He's just uber consistent. So I love Mookie Betts tonight in a good situation, man. And then my last bet, I'm taking a chance. I'm not taking a chance. I'm just going with the Godfather, man, Mr. Michael Trout. He's going up against Graverman. Home game, their implied run total is 4.2. Like I said, man, I don't have to defend Michael Trout too much. We all know what he's capable of. We all know what he can do. So I'm going to be looking at him. Now, I want to give you a couple cheap bats, man, that people may be overlooking that are in good situations. Jed Lowry, I think he's in a pretty decent situation going up against Nolasco. He's batting number 2, man, in that 2-hole. You love that. He's going to get extra at bats. I like him. I like a few of these Padres bats. Just the people that's starting out like at the top of the lineup. Randone and Zimmerman are not in the lineup. I need to double check my lineup real quick. But yeah, I like a couple of these cheap, like the leadoff hitter, and Margette, and then Spansberg. I think they're decent, man. Cheap cheap punt options, man. You can definitely look at them, but I'm not gonna be stacking up on the Padres bats because I'm messing with Taiwan today. Yadier Molina as a catcher option, he's in a pretty decent spot. They're gonna be on a back-to-back, man. So just I don't know how that works, man. On a back-to-back, would the bats be more ready? Like, would they be ready to hit more, or would they be tired? I don't know how it's gonna work out. But I'm gonna definitely, if that's the case and they're tired, man, we could look at Wainwright as a sneaky option. But I'm thinking they'll get a nice, decent break, man. They could they could be ready to hit, man. They could already be locked in. So just keep eye on that. The last cheap bat that I wanted to mention is gonna be Aaron Hicks, man. I know it sounds crazy going up against Chris Sale, but Chris Sale, he's not gonna throw a no-hitter, man. So we can look at some of these options, man. With Chris Sale being the pitcher, these Yankee bats are very, very underpriced. I even like Chris Carter in this situation. We could definitely take a look at some of these Yankee bats, man. They've been on fire too, man. Judge, he just hit another home run, had a birthday, happy birthday. Yeah, man, we could take a look at some of these guys, man. Torres, dude, this dude for the shortstop for the Yankees, he's been balling, man. He's been playing defense. He's been really good at the plate. He's been hitting like crazy. He's in a good situation, man. Look at him. I think that's going to do it, though, man. I gave you a couple cheap bets. And CJ Cron, too, man, going up against Graverman for the Angels. I might do a mini Angel stack, man. Diamondbacks and Angels. I think Graverman, he's been pitching pretty good, but he's not going to sustain that, man. He's not a top flight pitcher like what he's been putting out. So I'm not afraid of that, man. And Cron is dirt cheap, man. Dirt cheap at 2.3, man. Very, very cheap. Batting fifth, man. That's a nice spot. I got Pujols in one of my lineups. I know that's a lot of first basemen, but you know, it's a lot of options, and I really love Paul Goldschmidt. So we're gonna see how it goes, man. But hopefully this video helped. I'm gonna give you a quick recap. My top pitcher tonight is gonna be Taijuan Walker. My top stack is gonna be the Diamondbacks. My top three bats: Paul Goldschmidt, Mookie Betts, and Michael Trout. A couple cheap options. You can look at CJ Cron. You can look at Jed Lowry. You can look at the top two hitters for the Padres, and then Aaron Hicks and Chris Carter, man. I think that's going to do it for me. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Yadier Molina, I forgot to talk about him. His price is a little low. But y'all have a blessed day, man. Y'all stay positive. Let's get to the green line tonight. Good luck. Cash out.